Hi, everybody. Welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, Baker Mayfield. What a performance for the Rams. Thursday Night Football. Fired up for this one. Let's get it going. Welcome to the QB School. So before we get going, quick reminder, we have revamped the Quarterback School Patreon community. There has never been more content available. There has never been a cheaper time to join than right now. So get over, support the Quarterback School Patreon community. Never been easier, cheaper, or have more content available over there. I appreciate you supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. The link is in the video description. As for this video, let's get into it. I'm not going to lie. I'm still recovering from this Baker Mayfield performance. This is crazy. First one here, play action sale, bottom of the screen. Just coming in less than 2 days. We'll call it 2 days. New offense, new teammates. No way he knows everyone's name who's out there with him right now. No way. All he does is come out there and have a ridiculous come from behind win on Thursday Night Football. Right here. Play action. Again, hey, this is less than 2 days in. I honestly couldn't even imagine having this good of a day at like a practice. Here's where the sale comes in. So they're using motion. So get this motion, nice little switch release. We're going to run a post. It ends up being some iteration of like a scissors. Got to also mention the play calling, the ability, the structure, the offensive architecture to even allow Baker Mayfield to have this kind of day. But y'all, he's wide ass open on the sale. Fake that over, come on out, over the flat defender, rip it. And again, Baker Mayfield looks pretty good when he's back there. Looks like he's playing fast, not thinking a whole lot. Just grip it, rip it, big play action shot. Nice pocket. Look at the pass protection. No one around him. Love it. First throw, that's crazy. Next one, play action, post. We're going to hit the over. Now, some of these concepts he certainly played many, many times. And this is a nice one because he comes back and kind of predetermines to chuck up a post later in the game where he gets lucky. But right here, big play action, beautiful pass protection, right on him on the over. So again, the playing concepts, calling concepts that Baker Mayfield is going to be really comfortable with. So here's that big post. And then we've got this over coming. So not only are you comfortable with these concepts, the other thing I love about these kind of plays is that it allows Baker Mayfield post-faker to see him run. So to a guy he probably doesn't have a whole lot of number of reps with, you can see him run. It's kind of like a see him, throw him open, as opposed to a trust anticipation throw. So if you can see it, gauge the gate, gauge the speed, put it on him. But again, beautiful play action. Right on him. And another just chunk to get it going is pretty surreal. It really is. And this is before it really matters in the game, but this is a really nice big chunk. Love it. Next one here, 3rd and 13, an in to the bottom of the screen. Now this one, another big chunk, but this gets a little anticipation too. Now this is really starting to push the limits here for me. A little pocket movement as well, driving it down the field. You know, those are not checkdowns. That's a big boy throw between the numbers. Watch this 5-step drop from gun, a little pocket movement. We got some edge issues up, and then let it rip. And it's really impressive from the wide here. So for this deep in at the bottom of the screen, it's important to understand when we're talking about anticipation, we're talking about being able to get that thing up because it's so far down the field. You're making this deep in throw, and you've got a split field safety. Whatever coverage it is, it really doesn't matter. You have to be able to drive this thing to get it to him, on him before a collision. And the wide receiver has to beat the corner. Okay, so there's a lot of nuance and elements that go into this. Now, is a deep in transferable across organizations? It sure looks like it is. Love this right here. I'll pause it at the top. So a little pocket movement right there. He goes to separate. Look at the wide receiver at the bottom. Separate right there. He's not quite into that in break yet. And you can see that safety over the top. So you got to rip it before he can collision it. There it is. That's 3rd and 13. 2 days later. Straight up bananas. Unbelievable. crazy on so many different levels. Watching it back, it's almost more crazy, if that's possible. Next one. So this one coming out at halftime, first play. This is probably one of the few disappointing throws. I'm going to be really gentle here because of the circumstances, but this is a throw he can make. I think when you start thinking about maybe some of the reasons why he's in LA, this is potentially a little bit of a window just as far as not being able to make, I wouldn't call this a layup, but a mid-range kind of wide ass open, not an easy throw because it's a deep out. But again, I love the play call, the design, because he can see him. So to me, this is, it's a deep out. And there's a little play action element of it that makes it difficult turning your back to it. But you're going to getting yourself lined up. And then the technique versus corner, who's got his rear to the sideline, you're going to have anything you want breaking outside the numbers. To him to be able to skip this is certainly a throw. I think if you asked him, he would expect him to make 10 out of 10 times, 9 out of 10 times. Right here, he just doesn't. And, it's because maybe there's someone in his grill. Does he fall off to the left a little bit? Does he lock that front knee? The mechanics element of it. This, to me, the ball control, the accuracy, the consistency, one of the very few plays that we're going to talk about in this video where you're like, gosh, we can do better than this. Now, from that, we start rolling. 3rd and 4, bottom of the screen, the number 1, little switch release out. Really nice patience. Getting a first down with someone right in our grill. I mean, the edges all day were tough to navigate for the Rams. Right here, Baker Mayfield ripping this with someone right in his arm. I mean, that's in your arm slot. That's giving you a high five. That looks like the Bash Brothers back in the day. That does not feel good on your throwing arm. He rips it through it. I mean, that's a hell of a play. Watch this release down here at the bottom. I love the patience. So I'm going to call this a switch release. It might not be. I think it might just be patience here and great route running. He's going to get out, get vertical here, get down the field, and he's going to just almost like tailpipe his own guy and the defender. So it makes the navigation from the second DB really difficult about what he's going to do. So be patient, and then come out. Whether this is a quick out or an option, it's probably a true out. But man, this is a really nice job down here at the bottom. Patience, out. And then the arm strength, literally, to be able to get it there. Because to have somebody rip through your throwing arm as you're throwing on essentially, a quick game type throw, these guys are getting home fast. Boom. Hell of a play, Baker Mayfield. Wow. Next one here, play action drift post up top. So this is a miss, but it's on here because of the anticipation. 2 days later, we're throwing anticipation drift posts. I think it also probably could have been a penalty. But watch this anticipation here on the left. So play action, change the launch point just a little. When's he let this thing go? And the wide receiver up top in the corner. He's not looking yet. The ball's halfway to him. Now maybe it's because he's getting his left arm held. But he's throwing with anticipation. I mean, calling for the flag. I love it. I love it. This is how you play quarterback in the league. I mean, it's a thing of beauty. Everybody runs some iteration of drift post. Okay, with the little play action here. Love the split flow action. Get a little bit of a change to launch point. But he's going to throw this, and I'll show it right here from the side. The anticipation element of this. Watch when he lets this thing go. He separates right there. Look at the wide receiver. Y'all, I bet he's never done this. He's certainly never done this full speed 11 on 11 in pads. Anticipation. Separated. It's crazy. It's awesome. It really is. It's one of my favorite performances I can remember on so many different levels. But to turn on the film and see anticipation throws, even when it doesn't work, it's the intent. It's the understanding of the position. It's how to play the plays. It's awesome. It's awesome. Next one here, 2nd and 5. We're going to go naked keeper to the left. And I mean, if this was Patrick Mahomes, this thing would be all over the place. Arm angle, drop it down. Get creative to the late flat here. So you'll see 18 kind of secure the edge and then get into the flat. So secure the edge here on the left side. There it is, sort of. Come on out. Look at the arm angle. I mean, so when people wonder, like, why is this guy getting another shot? He shouldn't get another shot. He's a fucking bust. There are not dudes on the street who can do this consistently. There just aren't, you know? And if there are, you show me. Send me the video. I'm not hard to find, as your boy Prime would say. Thing of beauty. LOL. It's awesome. And from a playing the position standpoint, we've got the motion, the way he's orchestrating the offense at the line of scrimmage. They're essentially in silent count as well when they're in gun at home, which is in and of itself funny as hell. But this arm angle, just enjoy. Just sit back, let it wash over. On Monday, he was a Panther. I mean, I played on enough teams to know that is crazy. Crazy town. Next one. This is the big post to the bottom that he chucks up. This is one of the few, I would say, murky decisions. There were some throws that we missed and, you know, should be expected to miss some throws 2 days in. But this was one of the few where I was like, hey, bro, like we're getting a little fortunate. And I think Herbstreit went off the rails as far as saying this wide receiver did this on purpose. Maybe good for him if he did. I highly doubt it. Maybe the antics, the soccer antics at the end, watching a little World Cup. But to play this thing back, I'm going to guarantee you Baker Mayfield's going to say, I should have hit the over. Look at the over from the top. I mean, that's much more open than the one he hit earlier, right? So it's almost like, you know, again, we say, why isn't he where he started, whether Cleveland or Carolina? It's probably throws like this, because this one we're just predetermining. He's over the top of this post the whole time. And it always hurts more when you turn on the film and the over is wide open. So it's just one of those things where it's easy for me to say with a clicker, hey, don't predetermine where we're going, but don't predetermine where we're going. Still an impressive throw. He chucks that thing like a javelin, but that's a bad decision for me. And we get a little bit fortunate. And it's worth at least acknowledging, okay, some of these penalties really help them down the stretch. I'm not saying it's the only thing, and the Raiders certainly have a piece of that to own. Not necessarily this play, but later. But let's make better decisions. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the good stuff to support the channel. I sincerely appreciate all of this support. Subscribing allows you to get notifications when we put out new content, when we go live, all that good stuff. Again, the Quarterback School Patreon community. You know about it. Never been cheaper, never been more content available. Now is the time to join, become a Quarterback School Patreon community member. And we also have a bunch of Quarterback School courses on all my favorite deep dive topics. I really go into significant depth, RPOs, pass protections, how to beat every coverage, tempo, even have an entire offense. So if you're interested in the absolute premium content available for the channel, check out the Quarterback School courses. And then finally, we've got a bunch of additional free resources. We've got a play calling tool. We've got a Pass Pro Quiz. We have a free quick game course. So if any and all of those things sound interesting to you, check out all of the links in the video description. I appreciate it. As for this video, let's get back to it. Next one. This is a really impressive one for me. In up top versus 0. We're hot to the bottom. He gets the ball out on time. Wonderful base. Again, potentially a little anticipation here. Watch the pass pro. Now we're going fast, silent fast in our own building. We're hot off 30 on the right. Love a good throw in between the numbers. I mean, watch the base here. Boom. Okay. Now he's probably as wide as just about anybody in the league, almost like Drew Brees wide there. But he's got all his cleats in the ground. You can see the free runner at the bottom, right? The bottom C gap. Boom. He gets the ball out. Doesn't even take a hard hit. Now when does he let this thing go? Let's just peek the anticipation. Separates right there. I mean, he's throwing with anticipation hot. I mean, just as far as like if you're a fan of ball and you enjoy the quarterback position, this to me, no matter what you think about this cat, and you can have your own thoughts, whatever it is, this is impressive as hell, and it will forever be. Anticipation versus 0, hot, get the ball off, don't get hit, throw a dot. I mean, damn. It's fucking awesome. It really is. There's no other way around it. I can't express how challenging this would be to do, let alone to execute it at that high of a level. Awesome. Next one, 3rd and 10. Okay, slot up top. Now there's a little bit of luck here for me because the outside leverage fails by the DB. But this is a hell of a throw, y'all. 3rd and 10. We're getting tackled. Cameraman down. I just seemingly play after play after play, navigating the edge issue. Certainly, we'll call that a soft hold from the right tackle. Big time throw, though. Driving the ball outside the number. I think he's got a stronger arm than peeps want to give him credit for. But watch the technique up top on the slot. So if we're going to run slot out versus middle field, what we're going to call middle field closed man, which does them dirty in the end, you're almost always going to get outside leverage by these inside players. So for you to run a slot out here with outside leverage, where he's running with you and he's outside and you're running an out-breaking route, most times, okay, you would be off this really fast. But right here, he just runs around him, almost like what I would consider like a Tyreek Hill type turn. And I mean, that's just straight up, donkey punching a cat right in the face, for whatever the hell that means. Look at that route up top. What? What? And good on Baker Mayfield. And again, in my opinion, it's a little lucky that he wins like that. But you still got to make the throw. You still got to execute that throw. You still got to navigate the edge. A little lucky at right tackle not to have this called a hold. But Baker Mayfield, shit, that guy's got an out. I better rip it. Awesome. Awesome. Next one, 3rd and 4. Check down. Just playmaking. Just making plays. Nothing's there. 3rd and 4. Massive play because they end up going for it on 4th and 1. Look at the arm angle. As he's getting hit, a little flick. I mean, I guarantee he has probably never repped this with this team in the red zone. Not there. Don't make a bad decision. Make a play inside the pocket. I mean, he's in the grasp, getting sandwiched. Throw a beautiful strike check down on 3rd and 4. This is really, I mean, I can't do it justice because it's just play after play after play. And these out of structure ones are really just on Baker Mayfield. Like there's nothing there scheme-wise where you're like, oh gosh, he should have ripped it down the field. There's nothing there. We've got to navigate another issue on the edge. Probably could have been another hold on the right tackle. No arm angle, sandwich, dot. Come on. Then, so now it's 4th and 1, and we're going to run it? Hell no. We're going to boot out to the left. Navigate a tough flat throw, and this play is not run perfectly. The tight end, I'm almost going to guarantee 89 is not doing his job correctly. So it's blurry in the flat. Look at how close those guys are together. It's blurry. This is a really difficult throw. And the stones to even call this thing. So where the ball ends up going, so we're going to fake the fly sweep. We're a little late, whatever. Where the ball ends up going in the flat. But then the reason this is muddy Rams-wise here is this is usually paired with a corner and a late flat. So you secure the edge to protect the quarterback. You let all these things clear, and then you kind of creep in and operate as almost like a check down. So it's like 1, 2, 3 back to the late flat. But the late flat is an early flat here. He just kind of goes, and all of a sudden we're in the same lane here navigating it. So it's not even perfect. 4th and 1. And we do it. Look at this throw. Up over somebody to your left? What? I like, even sitting here by myself making this video, it's still hard to process even the play call, the execution, it not being perfect. It doesn't matter. Look at the touch here. Going to your left, 4th and 1. It's a wrap if this doesn't hit. My God. What a play. Okay, so now we're on the final drive. 100 seconds left, 98 yards to go. Slot out to the bottom. Just outstanding. I mean, that's nothing easy about this. To the wide side of the field. Lowercase anticipation. Showing off the arm strength. That's a dot. That is a perfect throw to the slot. I'll pause this thing at the top once I show it exactly right here, but up and out. Wide side at the sideline, far side of the field. So watch the anticipation here when he lets this thing go. All he is in his own end zone. Separate right there. See the big L's come off of him? Look at the wide receiver. Just barely into his turn. The velocity to rip that thing, and look at the accuracy. I mean, that is a perfect throw, y'all. That's how you get it going. Wow. Love it. And just the decisiveness too, right? Clean, lined up, rip, dot. And here we go. Now, we got a little luck we needed to keep it going, but this one up top, just giving your guy a shot. I'm not sure how replicable these types of throws are, but there is, and there always has been, significant value in just giving your guy a shot. No foul balls, no balls out of bounds. Find a one-on-one, and you got to have a chunk eventually. And that's just a hell of a play. Now, by the wide receiver, go take it right off his head, bro. Wow. Absolute dot. Not really a dot. A little lucky. Who we kidding? Watch those safeties, though. Look how wide the safety is. For some reason, they keep trying to close the middle of the field, but the safety stays over the top up there. So he doesn't really get to the middle of the field. It's almost like a crummy half field. But, I mean, that safety's got to make a play on that ball, right? It almost looks like he cowered down there. Afraid of the penalty, maybe. Regardless, just a massive play. You need chunks. I also really like the get-back coaches going bananas on the sidelines here as far as getting other players off the sideline. Take a peek on that when you get to the sideline view here. Watch my guys in hoodies and slacks. Get to work. Get to work. Get back. Get back. Bobby Wagner, get back. Love it. And then here we go. Game winner time. Touchdown, bottom of the screen. Bump, middle field closed. Beautiful throw. It really is. It's a dot. I mean, just such a crazy, impressive performance. I mean, just kind of sit back and let it wash over you as a fan of football, as a fan of quarterbacking, of coming in and doing that for the winner? That? So awesome. And really just an absolute blast to watch. Had just as much fun making this, breaking it down, as I did watching it happen in real time. It's really just hard to believe. Again, just the actual play, and I know there's video of Mayfield talking about it, but if we're going to run 4 verts and it's going to be middle field closed, and these are the easy reads for quarterbacks. That one's even a little off, but he's inside. I mean, short side bump, a little lurker here. I mean, these are premium looks. Just shocking. But the throw is perfect. Nice execution at the end too. I mean, that's just a massive, massive, massive play. To be able to have that drive at the end of the game, to be able to do this off 2 days, it's just shockingly great NFL football. So that is a wrap. Baker Mayfield, Week 14, Thursday Night Football, after basically 2 days, goes out there and wins a game for the Rams on one of the most epic final drives you will ever see. Just spectacular on so many different levels. I loved watching it in real time. I probably had even more fun making the video, going back and looking at some of the All-22 and really seeing how these plays developed and the nuance and detail and level that Baker Mayfield brought to the position and the execution and just the playmaking ability. I mean, really special, man. It was a blast to watch, and I can't remember having this much fun watching something in real time, coming back, watching the video, and then being able to share it. So hopefully you really dig the video. I appreciate you hanging to the end. I will see you next time. Have a good one.